Hello students, I am Praful Dixit. Students, learning is a non-ending process. We should keep on learning in all difficult situations. I know that nowadays you all are busy with online lectures. This means that you are learning regularly. This is really very good, students. Today I am here with you with one of the important chapters of grammar, and the name is voice. V-O-I-C-E. Students, you know that there are 8 parts of speech. One of them is verbs. So far as verb is concerned, it plays a very important role in the formation of sentence. It helps us to frame a complete meaningful sentence as well as identify the tense of the sentence. This means verb helps us in framing a complete meaningful sentence as well as identifying the tense of the sentence. Before we see the definition of voice, let me throw some light on the types of verbs. The types are finite and non-finite verbs, transitive and intransitive verbs, regular and irregular verb, and so on. I'm not going in details. I'm just telling you this because the chapter that we are going to study now is voice. And voice is one of the forms of verb. Students, if you ask me to define voice, the definition will be like this. Voice is a form of verb which helps us to identify whether the subject is the performer of an action or receiver of it. The meaning is, voice helps us to identify whether subject in the sentence performs something, or subject is the doer of an action, performer of an action, or something is acted upon it. If the subject is performer, sentence is said to be in active voice. If subject is the receiver of an action, then sentence is said to be in passive voice. There are 2 types of voices, active voice and passive voice. We are going to study them with the help of structure and examples. See the structure. Students, you can see here the types of voices. Number 1 is active voice and number 2 is passive voice. The structure for active voice is subject plus V2 plus object, and the structure for passive voice is subject means object of active voice plus helping verb plus past participle of main verb plus by plus object means subject of active voice. Now see here, simple past tense. The sentence which we have taken here for active voice is Radha painted a wall. You can see here clearly, Radha is a subject, painted is a verb, and a wall is an object. Here, the subject is a performer of an action. Of which action? Painting. Okay? Then, wall is an object. When we convert the sentence from active to passive voice, as a rule, we have to take object first. This is the object, a wall. So, we have taken here a wall. Now, you can see here the sentence is in past tense. The main verb which is used in the sentence is painted. So, we have to use was or were. Here, we have made use of was because a wall is a singular number. Whenever we convert the sentence of active voice to passive voice, and the it is a simple past tense sentence. We have to take into consideration first the subject. If the subject is singular, the helping verb should be was, and if it is plural, it should be were. And then, according to structure, past participle of main verb. Here, the main verb is painted. Main verb means action word. Already the word is painted here, and so we have taken it as it is. Then, as a structure, put by, and then subject of active voice will become object in the passive voice. So, the structure will be subject plus helping verb plus verb. That is the past participle of main verb, which we have seen in active voice also, plus by plus object. So, here the structure is subject, that is object of active voice, plus helping verb, plus past participle of main verb, plus by, plus object, and here the object is the subject of active voice. In this way, we can frame or we can convert the other sentences too from active to passive voice. How we will see. So students, in simple words, if the subject is the performer of an action, the sentence is said to be in active voice. And if it is the receiver of an action, the sentence is said to be in passive voice. In this way, we can convert the other sentences too from active to passive voice. But we need to follow some rules. We need to take into consideration something. Then what are the rules? The rules are, number 1, first of all, read the sentence carefully. Number 2, identify the subject, verb and object of the sentence. Number 3, identify the tense of the sentence. Means, identify whether the sentence is in present, past or future tense. Then, we should make past participle of the main verb which is given there in the active voice. Then, as a rule, we have to put by there. And finally, the sentence will end with object. Here, the object means the subject of active voice. Now, let us see the rules. See here, students, rules for conversion from active to passive voice. Which rules we have to follow? First of all, identify the subject, verb and object. Then, change the object into subject. This means that the object of active voice will be changed into subject. Number 3, put a suitable auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means helping verb according to the tense of the sentence. Then change the verb into past participle. You have to change the verb, that is the main verb which is given in active voice, that word into past participle, that is V3. Then number 5, add the preposition by. As a rule, you have to put this preposition, and finally change the subject into object. When you convert the sentence from active to passive voice, the subject of active voice becomes object. So in this way, if you follow all these rules, you will definitely convert the sentences from active to passive voice very easily. Students, now let us see how to convert the sentences of simple present tense from active to passive voice. First of all, we will see the structure of both and then examples. Study them well. Now see here students, simple present tense. Here we are going to study how to convert the sentence of active voice to passive voice, from active to passive voice. The structure of active voice is subject plus V1 means base form of verb plus object. In passive voice it will be subject, this means object of active voice plus helping verb. In helping verb you have to make use of either is or are because the sentence is in simple present tense. Then V3. Here V3 means past participle of main verb plus by plus object. Here again object means subject of active voice. Now see the example. Number 1. Mr. Sharma teaches English. You can see here Mr. Sharma is the subject in this sentence. This means that he is performer of an action. Which action? Action of teaching. And the object is English. When we convert the sentence from active to passive voice, this object will be used first. And it will be subject of passive voice. Then you have to make use of is, that is helping verb. Then past participle of main verb, it will be taught. Base form of teach will teaches is teach, and so its past participle will be taught. Then by, and finally object, that is Mr. Sharma, which is the subject in active voice. So here we have framed this sentence according to the structure. See, English is subject. See here, subject. Then is the helping verb. As English is singular in number, we have made use of is. Then past participle of main verb. Which is the main verb in this sentence? Teaches. And teach is the base form of the verb and taught is the past participle of teach. And according to rule, put by and then object. Here again the object is the subject of active voice. In this way we can frame the sentence of future tense too. Students, we have seen how to convert the sentences of simple present tense and simple past tense from active to passive voice. Now let us see how to convert the sentence of simple future tense from active to passive voice. Students, see here now, simple future tense. The structure of active voice is subject plus shall or will plus main verb. This verb is always in base form and plus object. The structure of passive voice is object. This object is the object of active voice. When it is used in passive voice, it becomes subject plus shall or will, then plus be plus V3 of main verb, that is the past participle of main verb, plus by plus object, means here again the subject of active voice. Now let us have a look at the sentence. The sentence I have taken here is of active voice. Ria will buy a car. The subject in this sentence is Ria and the verb is will buy. We cannot say only will or only buy as subject. This whole word, both of the words together will become verb. And object is car, a car. When we convert this sentence into passive voice, as a rule, we will have to convert it as a car will become the subject of the sentence in passive voice. Then will be, according to the rule, shall or will plus be. As there is will in the sentence, we will also use the same and plus be. Then we have to make use of V3 of main verb, which is the verb in the sentence here. This is the auxiliary verb and this is a main verb. Buy is in base form and bought is the past participle of buy. Then plus by, by, and finally you have to put object. Here again the object of passive voice is the subject of active voice. So Ria becomes object here and a car becomes subject in the passive voice. So this is simple future tense and how to convert it from active to passive voice. I hope you have understood this. So students, today we saw the definition of voice. Number 2, types of voices, in which we studied active and passive voice. We studied both of them with the help of examples. Then we studied how to convert the sentences from active to passive voice. This means we studied the rules. So students, today we studied how to convert the sentences of simple tenses from active to passive voice. I hope whatever I taught today, you have understood that. And I also hope that you like this video. In the next video, we will see how to convert the sentences of continuous tenses from active to passive voice. Till then, bye-bye.